Hello, IG. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
So there you go. There is now lore on the game. Welcome to Timberborn 1.0 and welcome back, Doylan. Don't worry, Eleni's not saying that. Welcome in. And we'll continue. We got all new stuff here. We got new automation. We got sensors, relays, timers, and more. New maps, spiral staircase. Thank goodness. That would solve so many of my overcomplication issues. Visual overhaul, Steve achievements. Now, I did accidentally go live, or thought I went live, but didn't, just a couple minutes ago. So all the Steve achievements have already been, like, processed, which is kind of nice. So, you know, there's that. Welcome in. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got. That was totally, stuff. No recipe. What's going on here? Oh. Okay. Oh, you can do fireworks now. Oh. I don't care. We're doing explosives. Right? How are we doing on explosives? Are we full? Oh, I could technically change over. Interesting. Alright, so what do we have here? Let's take a look. So, 24 bots are out of fuel. Yeah, that's their own bleeping fault. This stuff needs to get finished. Okay, I'm just gonna go because I think we're good.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
And there's Eleni. Jeez. Welcome in, Eleni. Alright, so... Eleni with the second. Nice. Alright, so we are in the middle of a drought. We got 2 days left on that. These are useless. Okay. Yeah, those are already almost used up. Yeah, don't look back at the chat history there, Eleni. He really tells you how he feels about you in there. Alright, so let's take a look while we're letting time go by. Because, yep. Here is the automation, and I've got 96,000. I started to. Well, I mean, fair. What? Okay, what? A lever. Sends a manually controlled lever. Great first step towards automating settlement. Manually controlled signal. Ooh. I've never had Eggs Benedict. My mom would order it occasionally. But I've never had it. Okay. So we have a lever. But if I remember correctly, it's also very rich. Like the hollandaise sauces can be very, very rich. Flow sensor. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Flow sensor. So if it measures the flow, and then you can use it to control things. Interesting. Depth sensor. Okay. Percent contamination sensor. Love it. Night and day sensor. Okay. Weather station. Okay. Oof, that's expensive. Power meter. Oh, interesting. Population counter. All right, I'm doing that one like now. Resource counter. Yeah, some of the like resource counter. And yes, your corned beef sandwiches. I'm good. I'm not a huge fan of corned beef. I don't believe. Oops, sorry. Okay, resource counter, that's amazing. Science counter, yep. Indicator. Speaker, makes noises. Okay. Firework launcher. Nice. You can celebrate, you know, certain levels, maybe. I don't know. Detonator. Arms of dynamite underneath it. Oh boy. Timer. Okay. Nice! Congratulations, Eleni. Shall I was functioning computer by the end of the week. Memory. Changes in hold its state in response to specific input sequences. Cornerstone advanced automation. Oh my gosh. An API control lever. Humans left a lot of those laying around. Interesting. Ow. And now I'm confused. Now, oh, no. If I look here, do I have to unlock things now? Excuse me. No, these all look the same. Okay. I was concerned about the automation. Like, it almost looks like you've got to unlock it per settlement. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's mess with some of this, because there are some things like we could do. Hang on. Come on, let's go. In the yard. Okay. Okay. Population control. That was one I'm very interested in. So let's do this one. And how does it work? Entrance blocked. There's an entrance. Del Beaver's bots. And then measures greater than. The fact you can get your groceries delivered by Uber is wild. Yeah, my mother-in-law does that via what is this service over here? Is it technically DoorDash? I think it's DoorDash. I'll be honest though, Uber slightly scares me because there's been some stupidity over here. Come on, build this thing. I want to know how it works. Oh, and they moved all of this up here now. This was down here. Now it's up here. So you can, oh, sort of makes sense. Whoa, hello. Oh, and you can click on them. No, Timberbot 205 is gone. Wasn't a thing in my small town before what a world we live in, right? Alright. Bad water is perfect. Water is gonna be replenished. Okay, so is this done yet? I literally know nothing about how any of these work, so I'm just curious. Oh, copy settings. That's cool. Duplicate. Wait. Can we duplicate other things? Oh, we can. How does that work? No, okay. Would you get me that one piece of paper this thing needs? Jiminy Cricket, but I suppose that's this. Oh, we have a battery going on up here. It's probably not connected to SNIT, so it's not doing anything. I know it's not connected to anything because we got to get the rest of these built. No, is it DoorDash? I think it's DoorDash. Um, nice. I was a bad human, and well, I don't have a car, so I would use delivery to get coffee far too frequently. And the last time that I got coffee delivered, the 5-letter word person pulled all the way in my driveway, and that's a long way. But no one's ever pulled in my driveway like that before. She didn't slow down. She almost hit my dogs. When I confronted her, because I literally, she pulled right up to the door that I let the dogs out to, and I'm like, hey, you need to be careful. You almost hit my dogs. She looked at me and said, you don't pay me enough to be careful. So I called DoorDash, filed a complaint on her, let the business know that I'm never ordering delivery again because of that. Well, they're not our agents. I'm like, actually, they are your agents. You have an exclusive contract with them, which means that those people are your agents. So you are also responsible for them as well. It's not fair, but that's how it works. But I spent far too much money doing that. So now I'm never doing that again. And it really sucks that in this area, places like Pizza Hut have transitioned over from hiring their own delivery drivers to being DoorDash. So I'm like, probably not ordering Pizza Hut ever again either then. Because, no. But that's my experience with them. And it takes one, right? It only takes one, and that one almost killed my animals, so yeah. I really doubt it, Doylan. Because those contracts are ridiculous. I don't know if I would go watch the John Oliver on, the driver, not the business. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't think so. I mean, whatever. But either way, go look at the, yeah, right? That's fine. If you want to watch something really interesting about DoorDash and all that stuff, especially DoorDash, I want to say, John Oliver did a piece on it. I'm sure. I've thought about it. I don't have a car. Because I used to delivery drive, so it's not a big deal. And actually, I don't think I knew that. But it makes sense. I would do it for a couple extra bucks if I had a car. Like I said, I really did think about it when we were looking at, especially when we at one time we were looking at a Tesla. Oh, that sucks. Cause yeah, we were legit looking at a Tesla years ago, when we bought my wife's current car, and I was like, I would probably do something like that to start offsetting some of that cost. But something she was doing fell through, so we didn't get a Tesla, and now I'm really grateful we didn't get a Tesla. Just saying. Alright. There times was trying to say that I could pick up in Burlington and get to Waterford within 5 minutes. No? Whatever. It's like going to the Flugy Optical. From the movie theater to Flugy Optical in 5 minutes. If you're driving 120 miles an hour, yeah, it's 5 minutes. There was a movie theater that always had that. We had that advertisement. We always made fun of it because we're just like, you guys stupid. Alright. I'm done with you. Go lay down. I love you. Go lay down. I can do it in 10 if I'm breaking the law. Nice. I mean, I'm sure it depends on which side of Burlington, but yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I don't remember if we had a plan or not with this. I know we fixed this place up. We got this area going with maple trees and hopefully maple syrup. Because there shouldn't be a logger. Yeah, the closest border is nice. Okay, right. Yeah, I don't know how. I know back in the day, we were still graded on our delivery time for Pizza Hut. And it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't know. It seemed more reasonable, I guess. And we didn't have GPS. Like, it was all maps. Like, not maps, the app. Like, literally, I had a binder of a map in my car. And what we did is we had our delivery area broken into quadrant, or not really quadrants, that would imply four, but like squares. So then like you would get a delivery and it would be like C7 or D3, and then you could know which map. You could go to the big map, see where it is, and then go to there. The only issue that we had was there were some times that, like, especially down towards where Doylan used to live, towards you, not where you lived. There was places where you had to. It could be in the same like sector, like C7, but then it would be like you could only get to one part by going south and back up, and then you could only get to the other part by going all the way around north and back in, because there's no like roads connecting, because we were a developing community, and those were like sometimes where our managers didn't really look to see. Yeah. I hope so. I hope it's gotten better. Yes, they are very expletive. Absolutely, Lainey. The DoorDash and Amazon. Again, if you want to find out more about DoorDash and what they do to companies, take a look at John Oliver, because basically what he said in his reporting is they will first of all sign those exclusive contracts, and then two, they have been known to create fake websites for businesses in the area, like could be little local businesses, and they will put a delivery thing up for that business, charge sometimes twice as much for the food, and then but then still have like the business's phone number, their contact stuff, all that stuff, and the business won't offer delivery. But what'll happen is the DoorDash person would come in, pay for everything, take it, put it in their little bag as they left, and then deliver it, even though the business doesn't offer delivery. And the business wouldn't see any of that extra money. All that extra money would be going to DoorDash. It's very then when the businesses complained, the DoorDash would say, "Make us take it down. We're getting you extra business," and they're like, "You're ripping my customers off. I don't want to deal with you." So yeah, they would do stuff like that. I don't know if they do that anymore, but that's essentially what he was reporting. And I kind of trust John Oliver, so yeah. Yeah, it was. There was something else that's sticking in my brain that they would do too. Oh, and then yeah, they would force when they did work with companies, they would force them to increase their prices. So like if you go to the store, you would get one price. If you ordered it online, period, you would get another price. And that's what's happening with the local coffee shop that I was ordering with. Their in-store price is like $1 cheaper than the online ordering price, even if you're online ordering to pick it up. It's still cheaper to go to the store and make the order, but if you order through their website, then then DoorDash charges you just that convenience of having it on the website. So I remember working at the takeaway, being told to order through their proper website, not through Eats, as they charge yeah. Yep. There were some businesses that were like, I don't know if they were putting it on their actual websites, like, we do not offer takeout, we do not go through DoorDash, like stuff like that, just so customers would know, like, this isn't us. Like, So, okay, I need to do this part. Ooh, what's that? Clutch. Engages or disengages power. Oh, okay. That's interesting. There. Oops. And there, and then this one's... Super. Come on, my builder beavers. Alright, what is this? Did this get finished? It did. Okay, so it's on. How does that control the buildings attached? Automate. Population counter 1. Does that mean it's on or off? Oh god. Nice. District is less than 20. Okay, so now does that one pause by automation? And you? Ooh! Okay, so does it need... Now, I have a question. So you're paying $1 per item for, then tax, service fee. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So as an example, and I know this is me, so I apologize if this sounds braggy. I promise it's not supposed to. I'm just trying to give you an actual example. I would order a coffee and a Danish. If I go to the restaurant, it would be $12. If I ordered it online, it was $23. One thing I tend to do is order something from someplace local. Yep. And then the time I'll order in person and carry receipts, like you said, every time with more. Yep, exactly. To be paying, yep. Me and Chemist actually did that with Uber Eats versus Woolworths, and surprisingly basically the same. That's good. That's good. Because I mean, it could be also, Eleni, it could also be the fact that, you know, other governments give a rat's behind about the citizens. So there might be consumer protection laws in your area that would help with stuff like that. Whereas, there's nothing here. There's literally nothing here. So, power. Yeah, the service fee is ridiculous, but they've always been ridiculous. And I know, even when I was delivery driving, yeah, mind blown, right? When I was delivery driving, we had a service fee, and this is back in the 2000s, early 2000s, before the web was a thing. Anyway, and we had a service fee, and what that would do is that would cover other stuff. For example, the company had to have insurance on us, because if we got into an accident with the sign on, then yeah, then that would be. Yeah. Do the conversion. Our delivery fees are, I think the delivery fee for that coffee was $3.50. So I think if you convert Aussie dollars to American dollars, you'll find that that's probably right in line. Or at least pretty damn close. I'm not shocked. Is everything connected? Here we go. I built this place good. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. It sucks, but I'm not surprised. Hi. Also, complete conversation changer. Things taste slightly different. I understand why. I'm sure, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Like, there's different standards for everything and all that stuff, but... You'll get used to it. In about a month, you'll be like, this is normal. And you'll go back to your home country and be like, what the crap did I just eat? Or when I make it now. Okay, so I'm questioning things. Can I, I'm curious on this. Can I automate? The automation is wireless. So like you could have an entire area of automation? Interesting. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, different feed practices. By the way, guys, they did have an official, you guys both came in after this. If you go back later and just watch the first minute, I did play the new official intro of this game, and it is stellar. So if you guys want to see a little FMV, it's kind of awesome. Okay, so that's interesting. So you can have... I was wondering if it needed to be close. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is interesting to me. Because I'm picturing, like, you know, like, honestly, like the redstone crap in Minecraft where you're like, oh, I need to build this, like, right near and do all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. So then, does that mean if you build a clutch, you can automate the clutch anywhere? Oh. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. So, and then can I can edit this. Bot population counter. Then I go in here and yeah, bot population. That's cool. $54 unemployed, 91 workers total. That's global. Hang on. District 1. So I only need like 14? Go lay down. Please. Sorry, my dog is pacing. Please go lay down. Am I doing that math right? 54, yeah, 68, 14, yeah. So yeah, 20 is perfect. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Nah, I'm sorry. Eleni didn't make it yet again. Wow. One day, she shakes her fist to the sky. So, okay, so then I can totally do like a... Well, this one makes sense where... Okay. I want to know more about that a little bit. Flow sensor. So obviously that's got to be... Okay. Okay, so like this, the weather sensor. It doesn't need... I'm trying to find a spot for it. Oh, that's perfect. Right there. Yes. Oh, bot died. It's a dead guy. He's dead, Jim. Anyway. Wonder if you need 2. Okay, yep. Water, drought, bad tide. So then if there's... Oh, man, that would have been so useful earlier than this, because like I could have had that bad tide one, say, to turn off, say, this guy up here when I was just, the beavers were running over. I would have saved a couple of beavers. That's not bad. What can we do with that? What can we do with that? Someone, let's work on that. So I'm assuming you at least want 2, because you're going to want one for bad tide and one for droughts. Right? So let's make a second one. Because I said so. And let's do drought. And this is DRU, drought. Did I spell that right? I did! Okay. What can we use that for? Like, the sluices are automatically updating that way, which is cool. Want something else we can do real quick is do this landscaping. I was trying to think of things we could do with the drought sensors and whatnot last time. I forgot what I was thinking. Okay. So those will get built. Oh. Okay, but we've got so many. Those are bots. How is that? Wait, how is that 14? It's a lot of boom. I know, right? Here comes the boom. Ready or not? Okay. 68 and 48. So that's 20 unemployed. 20 employed beavers. Bad tide is approaching. Okay. So then this one, bad tide. Okay. Go away. Sorry, the words. Snowplow. Just drift through again. Okay, I'm actually gonna make. Okay, I'm gonna do one of these. There's the resource centers, right? Yeah, let's unlock this. Because I have an idea for some of these. Is there. Oh, and okay, so there's an entrance, so. Logs, planks, gears, treated planks. Oh, actually, yeah, I can go over here. Didn't automate that one. Didn't automate that one. I don't want to automate that one. And I don't want to automate that one. I'm taking the automation off because it doesn't matter if the building materials are there. I just literally don't want them to be built because I don't want too many beaver bots. I'm gonna bump this to 25. Not that that matters because we've got freaking 95 of them. And is it based on the district? Did I do district population? I did do district. Okay, good. Oh, look at this. They're building, they're building, they're building. Oh, and they've got their own source of biofuel, finally. Potatoes, water. Yep, they're making their own biofuel. This is going well. So then, yeah, this area here should be supplying then all the new bots for over here, which is very, very nice. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't put... let's do this. I forgot to connect this. There we go. I need more taters. I know. That's this place here. I'm looking. I want to see. Wonder if we... Yeah, that's fine. They're getting wood. They're getting... Plant 1,000 trees during a single playthrough. That's not surprising. You guys didn't see that, I don't think. Okay, so this place... Why is there one unemployed? There's literally no one here. Oh, because it's not set to the right thing. There we go. Only's got that now? No, they just added Steam achievements to this version. So when I first started up, a bunch of them popped too, so that was fun. Treated planks. Are we getting treated planks from over here? District 2, treated planks. Import always. There we go. And I kind of want to do a... Nah, let's leave it for now. How are we doing here? Oh, it's the maple syrup again. That's what we're having issues with, is the maple syrup. Because these all need to grow up. Because we just planted them. And we'll see how that does with drought. Oh, they're putting stuff down. There you go. We got a couple over here. I suppose that means for sure we'll need... Oh, here's the spiral staircase. Should I... I don't know that we need to unlock that quite yet. But we'll do... I mean, I will unlock it because we're going to use it, that's for sure. Because, yeah, you could do... flip it. Like, right up there now. So it makes those turns actually doable.
Oh, hi, you're both here.
Yes, they're both begging.
Why are you begging?
Because she wants to go outside again and again and again and again. This will be the 4th time she's been outside since I sat down.
Well, that's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Yep, every about 10 minutes.
Well, that's annoying. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna bump this up. Oh, did these get finished? Oh, no. We're gonna... Wait. Put you back down. And then I want to bump this guy back, these guys up. So I do want this. Alphabetized, love it. Log. Quantity. Less than, say... Oh, it's on. Nice. if it's greater than 50, then I want that on. Welcome back. You finished your cooking already? Thanks. Or did you just get your stuff? Quantity. If it's greater than 50, and then gears greater than 50, and treated lumber. I don't know if that treated lumber is needed. Planks goes into the, I don't actually know that gears are needed. Gears aren't needed. I can't undo that. Okay, that's fine. Gears aren't needed. So then like thinking this through, because this takes, oh, what did this make? Treated planks. This takes pine resin and planks. Yeah. So then we can automate this based on, hold on. Log counter. So like this one takes in, oh, and then we need planks. All right, so now I can say this guy automate based on plank counter, right? This one automate based on, should still be plank counter, because the plank counter, what I'm gonna do, hang on. Oh, and for shower, nice. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I know. Well. Okay, so now if we look at this, we can automate this based on the log counter. And automate this based on the log counter. Automate this based on the log counter. So what this should do is essentially keep 50 logs in the inventory. So now they're all on, and now they're pausing. Same thing with this. This is going to be automated based on the plank counter. Like that. This is going to automate based on the plank counter. Same thing up here. Okay, now I'm curious. Wait, let's try this. Let's try this. Plank counter. V. Did you see that? Oh, that is so cool. So based on the log counter, V, click, click. That is super, 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 super cool. And let's add, I'm gonna switch this one to bad water. And percent is, Okay, sorry. Yeah. Oh, that should help that count. That one there. Oh, we got so much biofuel. This is nice. Okay, now do I just take this out? Yeah, 15 minutes to an hour to wait. That's great range. This is staying. Shoot. Oh, I didn't put in a staircase over here. Let's run this here. All the way over. Let's delete this guy. And ooh, those are expensive. I just saw those were treated planks instead of regular planks. That's no good. Alright, so we should be really good on biofuel. Alright, I think though... How are we doing on punch cards? Like, we don't keep any in stock, right? Right. So let's do... Oh, I can hook it up to there. Perfect. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do another... We're gonna go to wood, and we're gonna make, not a printing press, but a paper mill. And then a... Right, did I do that right? That makes paper, and then this guy. And I think I need power, but I'm kind of wondering... Do that based on paper. Oh, I should... Interesting, okay. Do I want another paper mill? These aren't powered. That's why I'm contemplating. Because I need to do a power shaft here. And then the power will run through. I could even take these out and put another printing press there. This will be punch cards. And yeah, I don't, yeah, we do need paper for things. So I'm actually gonna run paper through this one. Paper quantity is greater than 50 because I like 50. Now I can go back through and say automate based on, oops, or flip them around. Yeah. You're right, let's do that. I was just trying to keep the paper, these closer together. Because I'm weird. Printing press. There. I also didn't realize that the mill was very, very different. And then do punch cards, automate. I do like that we can rename these. So like this is bad tide counter, and this is paper counter. It's one thing I was missing in when I was playing all the mods 10, I was able to see things very easily. And that right there is just an amazing quality of life thing that is just awesome. Paper counter and paper counter. What did I set that to? Did I set that to 50? I'm gonna lower that to 25. There we go. And then, yeah. This, woo! Hold on. There we go. Alright, and then this is automate based on the paper counter, and this one is automate based on the plank counter. Because the plank should take into account the logs. Alright, cool. Slingo was born. There we go. Jeez. Alright. There we go. What else should we do, Doylan? What else should we do? We're in the middle of the bad tide, so you can see like where all the bad water is already going. We don't nearly have enough water here. This one we got all plugged up, which is great. What is the range? Give me a path so I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15. How close are we diverting the bad tide at a second location? What? Oh. Good question. It's diverting. It is actively diverting. Close below contamination at 1. Okay. So we have a problem here, because this should close below contamination of 1. Yes. You're right, you're right. I don't think we set this one up yet. Close below contamination of 1. What? Okay, hang on. Let's slow this roll down. Close below. It should be close above, right? This one should be close above. Right? Now this should be... Do I have it backwards? Is it just... It's freaking backwards, right? Close above. What? Why is that... Oh no. Okay. So this one was right, but it wasn't working. I wonder if we've got just weird issues with the other... I didn't look. Do we have weird issues going on over here? No, these look like they're working well. Right? Yeah. I'm just gonna do... No. No. I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's keep an eye on this. Because, yeah, that was... I had the waterfall wrong. I will wholeheartedly admit that. The waterfall was wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. And we can't automate this. Okay, now I wanna unlock something that we haven't built yet, and that's... Oh, I do have floodgates. Where do I have floodgates? Did I not make... Where do I have floodgates? Did I unlock them but didn't use them? Those are dams. Dams. Dams and sluices. Alright, this is gonna be stupid, but I want to build a floodgate, because I want to look to see... Oh, I don't have to look. I don't have to... Nope, never mind. Never mind. We can do this here. Okay. So with a floodgate... Yay! With a floodgate instead of a sluice, you can do more automation. So, for example... I'm thinking up here. I'm not thinking about changing anything other than what's up here. So, like, for example, here... we could put a, let's see, flow sensor, or not a flow sensor, a depth sensor for this side, right? Like we could put, let's rotate this here, a depth sensor, yes, and then we can also do a contamination sensor. And then we could say, like, this one, we could have a measurement and make sure that it's all the way up and that it's not contaminated. Right? No, we can't. We can only pick one. Yeah, we can only pick one. Okay, so that doesn't really work, does it? Unless you could do, like, take off the synchronization and then do, like, every other. Which would be probably possible. I'm pretty sure I just got rid of your stuff. I'm just saying. Unless you're going here. Why didn't you stop and get food, you moron? Okay. Yeah, so unless I redid... I survived my first bad tide. Yay! That's what the... I don't think you guys can hear the beeps, but there was just a beep of surviving. Sorry, I'm trying to think. So looking forward to that. But I like how the sensor could be right by the source when it changes everything attached to it. It can change way before it gets close. Great, I'm full, but we'll need hunger again. Alright. But I like how the sensor could be right by the source when it changes. Everything attached to it can change way before it goes. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. So like, yeah, we can have like a contamination sensor up here and then start flowing water here to start getting rid of some of that crap here if we wanted. But we can't do... Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to do this more effectively. This needs... I'm gonna pull more beavers over. Because I feel like we're not getting enough beavers. There we go. Especially once this finishes. Okay, so... Yeah, the floodgate would only work here if we did every other on a different sensor, which is absolutely possible. So we could open the floodgate based on, you know, contamination, 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 and then do height, height, or something like that, and then try to keep things flowing. This one would just be only contamination, because you can't do height behind it. You can only do height in front of it. So you can't do it. This actually... Oh, here's an interesting one. Like, actually, let me build that. Okay, let's do... So, like, here, I could put this in. Wait, you can color? You can customize the color! Oh, Doylan, you can make all these purple. You could totally make all of the sensors be purple. Yep. Here, I'm gonna go change one. I'm gonna go change one for you, don't worry. So we can do customize. Oh, you can even do a hex value. You can do a hex value. There you go. So you could literally do a purple, all purple sensors. You'd have to paste it in, but you could do it. Ooh. Oof. That got low. That's why it's 4, but that got low. Dang. And these should be open. Yep, those are still open. Okay. So, right, I'm thinking about that, right? Like, we would have to... That's the only way that this would work with double... And I was thinking about putting the contamination sensor up here, and I'm still doing that. Because then we could put a contamination sensor here and say, like, District 2 contamination, and then stop this guy from pumping when there's... Why would we need this pumping when there's a contamination in the area, right? Boom. And... Measurement threshold is 5%. Because then you could free up the beavers, right? The beavers just don't even need to be there. They could do other things. What if... Drought resistance of 1 day. Ooh. That's the problem with the potatoes for these guys, is these are gonna die. Right? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because what are carrots? I feel like they're still as badly drought resistant, but I don't remember. 2 days, okay. But we're seeing like 6-day stuff, so that's not helpful. So like we're only gonna get like maybe 2 cycles through of potatoes. They seem to be doing okay, though. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, this one's almost done. Or it's getting there. I shouldn't say almost done. It needs a snit ton of logs. How is that affecting things? Oh, look at that. Those are still running. So we've got... Wait, they took logs away. There used to be a log one up here. They moved it into here, which actually does make sense. So this is keeping 50 logs. Is that global? District 1. So that's keeping 50 logs there. Are these global? Doesn't say. District 1. District 1, District 1. District 1, but that doesn't say. Yeah, that doesn't make it, that doesn't mean anything. Am I stupid? Wait. 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 Does that mean... Does that mean you could do CCI? An API control lever. Okay. I need to look at this. I don't care. What is this called? The HTTP lever. Timberborn. What? What? No joke. You can, it creates a website. So okay, so the lever and the adapter. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it creates a, wow. Ow. Get the adapter. Interesting. You can absolutely now interact with this on a, like a local website. Like localhost 8080, blah, 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 blah. So like, in theory, all right, now I want to play with this. Okay, build that thing. Yeah, see, it gives you this thing, so we could do, I don't like %20s in my stuff. Okay. So... Hang on, I'm doing something. Does it switch off then? Okay. Yep, so it's not done yet. Give me this. Give me a command. New command. Oh no, I'm gonna do beaver on. Action. How do I want to do this? Web request. The get method. Yeah, it's a get method. Plain text. Save. Hold on. Sorry. I'm intrigued. We're gonna play with this. We're gonna play with this. This is one of the times I wish I could just duplicate a command. New command. Computer off. Timberborn. Computer off. Web request. Add. Switch. Off. Okay. Is it done? Start API. Okay. Hang on, I need to do one more thing. Because you never create a command and don't put in a timer on it. Oof. Okay. And close. Someone's there. In chat. Do exclamation point beaver on. And then exclamation point beaver off. Guys, you can do like a CCI type thing. There you go, Doylan. You just did it. Guys, that is so cool. That is just incredible. Like, I'm trying to think of like what you could do. Like, for example, here I could put like I don't know how the clutch would work, if the clutch would work here, but like I could totally put a clutch right here and you could have a channel point redeem that just randomly turns off the power to this whole area. Right? That is a thing you could do. What does the adapter do? I'm not certain I understand what the difference is between the adapter and the thing. All right. You guys think on this. I need. Ooh, did they change? They did change the visuals. Look at this. This is pretty. All right. I'm gonna be right back. I need to just go run real quick. I'll be right back. You guys enjoy the beavers? Okay, sorry about that. All right. That is cool. That is very, very cool. Like I was thinking, there is, yep, there. I just turned that switch off just by doing beaver off. You guys can do those commands. Right now, all it does is flash the light. Every 10 seconds, I did put on a restriction, but I'm curious, like this. This one can't be interesting. You can automate this, so like you could tie that to your chat's commands. So like if this was actually finished, which it's not. There, I'll bump that up. I can now tie that to you guys, so that you guys can control this bad tide source right here. That's just interesting. I'm trying to think of other better things for that, but like I can't. You guys help me. You guys are supposed to be thinking. Did you think? Did anybody think? Be kind of fun if you could like change priority based on that, but I don't think you can. What else? What else could you do? What else could you do? Again, turning off power to the colony. Like, seriously putting a clutch in there, because that's what this is, power. Engages or disengages. Too far from district, cannot be reached, build, yeah. I kind of want to put one in. Just to see, like, have you guys mess with it. It would totally take out all this stuff, though. I'm gonna high prioritize that. Because I just killed everything. They should really get to it, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, perfect. So, like, you could do... So, beaver on, beaver off is... I created the commands inside of Mix It Up real quick. Nothing fancy. You guys can just activate that. Oh, and it tells you 15 days. Cool. Okay. So, like, did that connect now? Yeah, it connects. Because that's spinning. That's a vertical power shaft. There's no graphic there. They need to update their graphics. But you can automate this now based on that. And now it's on. It's disengaged. So if we were to just switch it on, switch it off, on, off. Because that should mean that it shouldn't be passing the power. Love it, girl. Okay, there's something not working right quite yet with this, right? Oh, you can send... Oh, look at that. You can send pulses. Oh, and you can pin it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm still on the spring. Oh, that's cool. So you could like pin it here, so then chat can see what's going on with that thing. So then if you do beaver on, it would turn on that light there. That's cool. Darn, I wish this was working like I thought it should. It's disengaged right now, so to me means... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's moving very slowly because of this. Ah, so then if we turn this on and this on to that, now I've just completely decimated this because beaver on. It didn't work. Why didn't that work? Wait, why didn't that work? Oh, there it goes. And... oh, because it's on that. Okay. Okay. So then if this is... switch off. There it goes. Switch on. There. That is so cool. So you can, yeah, you can literally build penalties or rewards into this whole thing. So like you could make it so, again, I could tie this to channel points and all this stuff, or then we could just have this. I like that. So like you could again tie this to any building. So for example, you could tie like certain foods to different redeems on the channel to turn that on or off. You could control floodgates. Legit. You could have someone flood the area. Oh, the possibilities are just interesting. I'm not gonna say endless, I'm gonna say interesting. How long until 28% until that? Okay. Can you do that for? No, you can't do that. You do that for the mud pit. That's interesting. Dance hall can't be. That's cool. Sorry, I'm silent because I'm thinking about what we could do there. But yeah, you'd have to like really have a long-term world, and you'd have to build these things. Either that or I wonder if you can like, I don't know, but like I wonder if you could like slip into some sort of creative and set some of those things up, and then have them ready to go, and then on your Timberborn streams be able to have that like going day one. So like having like on this map, you could, this would be really, really evil. You could set up this area over here with a floodgate, with sets of floodgates right here. Let's just pretend, and have them open when someone redeems, and then remove all of the water from over here. So basically creating an artificial drought. You know, stuff like that. Like you could do that. You could then set, like, obviously with Mix It Up, you can set a timer that says like for 5 minutes this person's not gonna get any water. That sucks. So then slow down time, make sure it's there, all that. You could do stuff like that. That is cool. That is cool. By the way, you guys can control the power up here. I haven't turned that off. Oh, this is done. And like this is on, and that's opposite. So like I would want a separate one for this, because we don't actually want that. We want that closed, or closed. So like this one here, in theory, if it was doing anything, which it's really not, you could have it Yeah, you could totally have it send the bad tide over. Because you can control that with that. That is just interesting. Interesting. He says again. That is draining. It is moving slightly. I don't think it's gonna move. I think I want to close these temporarily. You'll see why in a second. It's flowing backwards? I can't tell which way this is flowing. Like, this way is flowing this way for sure. I am slightly concerned about this, don't worry. Speed it up so I can see the water. That way is definitely flowing that way. That way's flowing that towards the north. That way's flowing this way, but this feels stagnant. Interesting. Why? Oh. Are these too low? Oh, those are too low. I built the dams up here so it would flood over, but I built this too low. Whoops. Interesting. So what should we have? Ooh. Why? What? Oh, it's overtopping. Okay, it's overtopping now. Close above contaminant. Yeah, okay. And there. Perfect. Okay. Sorry. Running through that. That is so cool. We'll have to come up with some ideas for some sort of CCI stuff for that. I wonder if this is now not going to work because it's flooded. Speaking of, this now needs to be automated based on contamination sensor. Oh. Threshold is... equal to 0. There we go. So don't pump any water unless it's totally not contaminated, right? That's what that means. That's cool. What are we still building over here? Because my builders should be building. Can't get all the required materials. Where are the logs going? Oh, are the logs going in here? Interesting. Whatever. That is so cool. Sorry, I'm thinking through. Okay, there we go. We now have good water. Oh look, another bot friend request from some random piece of crap. It's fine. Anyway, that is super cool. And this should now, well, that won't stay green. Look at all this green area, guys. Look at all this green area. How do we get more? How do we get more? Because this has never overtopped this, right? Now this looks like it could come from this direction, but there's no way. Where am I gonna get that water from? I mean, we've sort of tried this here, and I don't want to empty this out because that's the next step. We're not doing that. Why is this coming back? I'm guessing this is eventually going to mix and it's eventually going to push. Yeah, it's pushing that water back. Interesting. Interesting. Why aren't these being built? Oh, there he goes. It's that guy. Carrying one log. Can't you carry more than one? Where are you going? Wait, where are you going? Where are the... Oh. Oh. That's why. No. Where is he going? Okay, now I want to know where this guy's going. Speaking of punch cards and catalysts, how are we doing? Is that catalyst? That's catalyst. No, it's biofuel. Is he really delivering that over here? Alright, this needs to be adjusted because logs. No. Or never. Well, I feel like export all goods without restrictions. Import none. Export all. Oh, okay. And then this should be all, yeah. Because yeah, there's a threshold that this will hit, that these will think. So like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Interesting. I wish we could. I wish you could reverse that somehow. So then, what was that relay? Perform simple logical operations on input signals. Okay, so if we do a relay here, and again, there you go. We can inverse the relay. So then this one, this can be then controlled instead of by that, we can say relay 1. And now, once it's done, I like that. All right. Right, because you can only do positives, direct connections between the status of the thing and its thing. So then if you did a relay that negated it, the not, as it were here. Oh, there's an and? There's an and! I have no idea what that noise just was. Sorry, I don't know where that noise came from at all. I wonder if there was an ad or something somewhere else. Because there was just some weird... Anyway. There's an and. So remember I was saying over here, like you have to do... we could do floodgates here and then have them switch based on... yeah, I can just tear all this down. So I can still have this, the contamination, and I can have another sensor, say, here for the level. And then we can put in the two tall floodgates here and then just open them when... Yeah, that's cool. And then you can use the relay. So it would be this one, a relay, and the height, say. And then you can just go from there. That is so cool. Wow, these guys are we're still got all this stuff paused. That's awesome. So planks are plentiful enough that we're still making gears. Where are my planks? Yeah. But we don't have enough logs to make any more planks. That's cool. That's so cool. And so like here, we can automate this based on drought station. But the drought station... I have that backwards. Because in theory, you would want a third one or a relay. That's so cool. Sorry, I'm going through like all the different possibilities in my brain. So like we would need another relay for... So what else do we have? We got indicators. Indicator light with alerting capabilities. Science counter sends a signal based on science points. That's cool. Like I'm trying to think of a good reason for that, but like to me you could have it signal you to like, oh, by the way, do the thing you were gonna do, right? Because you know I'm notorious at forgetting. Good, this guy's going. Why do we have 106 science? 106,000 science. Are you still on? You're still on. That's okay. It is so cool. It is so cool. Oh, yep, these are fully charged again. And look at this. This is just enough to push the bad tide away. So like this will always be bad tide, but like it's strong enough to push the bad tide away. What can we do here? Yeah, this never gets enough. What's going on over here? Managed to catch that one. Let's see if we go down. Is there a river under here? No. Why is there water here? What did we do here to make this get water? Oh, up here, up here, up here, up here. Got it. That is so cool. Yeah. That's cool. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what we can do to really flood the map. Because, yeah, I don't understand enough. I don't understand enough to know what to do. Because, like... Excuse me. It's basically the end points that need to be higher. But they can't be. Like I did here. Like we made this end point higher, so that forced that up. You guys working on this? What are the bots doing? Oh, did I? No. Oh, so like we could do like a resource thing here and only turn this on when we're less than 100 water, right? Just as an example. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Same thing with like actually with these, that would be the way to do all of these except for like leaving one on constantly like I do. But like we could have all of these be controlled by the water level. I built another water level here. What is this one again? A relay, so that's a knot. That's so cool. The drought's gonna wreck all this. The drought's gonna send all that way. Actually, it shouldn't send it anyway. I don't know how that's gonna work. Interesting. Why aren't these built? The bleep. Where are you going? Turn. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna do that because I want these built first. There. You guys have priorities now. Do the priority thing. I kind of like that they push the log. Watch when he's swimming. They push the log in front and then carry it again. There we go. It has a single log. Okay. Can renormalize this one. Yeah, so this will sit there. Perfect. That's kind of why I haven't done any storage in this area, because I was just going to let the natural storage just take this, which is just nice. That's so cool. Oof. Yeah, you could do some pretty complicated things with this. Like, for example, this guy, you can have a relay with the contamination and then, like, how much water is here. And then say, like, well, if it's full, I don't want anybody working there either. So, you know, have the relay do that. Contamination equals 0, and the water level is less than 100%. Yes, please. I want someone to work there. So this one, when the contamination is below 1%, it'll close. Oh, excuse me. Where are you going, Speedy? Did you just come over? Oh my gosh. Wow, it was just fast. Okay. Because the durability is really low. Okay. Yeah. This is getting work done. We are about 20% of the way there across everything. Just about. Oop, I didn't put a path. Let's path that. Oh, they changed it. Guys, they changed it. This did not used to turn. You could only used to go one direction with it. But you can turn. You can do one turn. I'm okay with that. That's cool. Little things. The little things that make us happy. What do we have for automation on power? Monitors network parameters. I want to see this one. Does it have to be in the line of the network? It looks like it does, doesn't it? Which would completely make sense. Oh, yep. There you go. So that'll monitor this network. I like that. That's what I was hoping to see, is battery charge. How would we do that? I'm trying to think this through. Because we could do battery charge. What's supply look like? Nope. Demand. Surplus. Charge. Jeez. It must be windy. Is it windy? It's windy. Look at this. Look at this. I really don't think any of these are needed anymore. 79 horsepower. 196. Jeez. Okay, looks like I need to build a path. Enjoy. Let's not blow this right now, because that would be a problem. Yeah, I'm seeing, like, starting over fresh with all this automation stuff, you could build a ton of different options. So, like, this one, this power meter, for example, you could say, like, oh, I want to put a clutch in here and then disable, right? Disable things, or I don't know. You could just do some stuff. You could put a clutch in here even, or what you could do is you could okay, so you could have like a big thing here and maybe here. Like picture this setup here, this exact setup. You could have a clutch, let's say, in here, like right there, where you could draw extra power if these can't keep up, right? Like if everything's running, you want to have more power come from the batteries and or this, then you could send the power that way. But if not, these are just going to charge the batteries until they're all the way fully charged, right? Same thing with that. You could also have that OR gate or that relay to say like, oh, well, we're going to send all of this into here, fast charge the battery. But then if these aren't keeping up, then send the power in, right? So I'm not explaining that correctly, but like you could do something with the battery level and whatnot. Like, yeah, you could even have like a bypass where like this goes into the power. Leave me alone. That goes into the power directly. Yeah, you could do some things that would just make it a little bit more complicated, obviously, but really cool, really self-sustaining. Yeah, there we go. So now this is, ooh, that's actually not very contaminated. It's actually green here. Look at that. And that's green, and that's all green. Look at that. Look at that. That's gonna dry up, that's fine. No, you're done. You're done for the night. Oh. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, like even over here, what you could do is, so we could like add a zip line over to here, let's say. This is not a terrible idea in general, but add a zip line station over here. Put in, once this is bombed out, put in a large pumper, right? And then say, oh, if the water level over here gets to be below 10%, then fill that up. Or actually, I'd probably do two of them. Well, I don't know how you do that. Never mind, that doesn't work. My second idea doesn't work. So I was going to say you could do water level here and then whatever, but that doesn't really work. I was thinking we could do something like another direct, sorry, one of these tanks over here next to it. Like, well, if it's not filled up, fill it up. But that would just apply to the water level of the entire district, so that doesn't really work. Unless you made it like a separate district or something. Hummer. Things to think about. But I like this. I really do like the the HTTP sensor. It opens up so many things for CCI type integrations, crowd control stuff, which is so cool. Because I mean, I set it up while you guys are watching. That is really cool. I love a lot of this stuff where like even the lever. Could you imagine like okay, so early on, this is 50. This is 50. Very, very little stuff, but you could just set a lever where then you could have it here and like, can I trigger it? Oh, I can trigger it right there. That is so cool. So like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking is like, oh, a bad tide's here, or I want to turn that off. I just click this, right? So I could have just a straight up lever because I'm assuming if it's something we can control. Okay. I'm betting it. I can only pin it if I can control it. So that's pinned. Let me try making one. Yes. Oops. Not what I wanted. To prioritize that. And then you pin it. Yep, so you can pin it right there. So you could turn it on and off. Just like that. So you could set, like early on, you could set a bunch of stuff to be like, oh, if a bad tide or drought is coming, I'm going to click this lever to turn something on or off, right? Like, that would just be so, so, so cool. Just that simple little thing. And again, you can do this. You can even, it looks like a spring return. So this would be a pulse. In Minecraft world, that would be a pulse. I don't know what you'd use a pulse for at this point in time, but that's what that spring return is for. I'm sure someone smarter than me has already figured this out. Like, having Jurassics take a look at some of this with his redstone mind already, like, there's timers here built into this thing. There's, where's the timer? There's a timer. Updates once per tick. So, like, you could do... like over here, if I wasn't paranoid about water, we could put like all this on a timer. Put floodgates in here, put them on a timer, open for so long, close for so long, open for so long, close for so long. I'm just paranoid about water, so I'm not going to do that. But I could do that over here. Actually, we could do that over here. Instead of the, because this was fed from that area up there, we could put floodgates here and run it on a timer where it starts greening up this area, right? Which is not a terrible idea. Stuff like that. Is this even... I don't know. How are we doing with bots? We still have 86 bots. And 3 of them are unemployed? Wait, what? 6 vacancies, 3 unemployed. What are we doing? So confused. Is that global? That's global. Oh, wait, what? No available worker in the district. The forester? Really? So this shouldn't be 25. This should be 60. 65 right now. So now these will turn back on. Ish. Oops. I do have them slightly. Good. The beavers are over here dancing. They got their little decorations on their tails. Look at that. It's nighttime, so they want to party. And they're gonna all go back to bed. Look at that. That's so fun. Oof. Why is the bad water? Wait. What's wrong with the bad water? Bad water should be on. Bad tide station is connected to the bad water. Threshold does not equal 100%, then these should be on. What's going on? It's on the wrong one. It's a bad tide station. Because that's the counter. What did I do with... Whoa, is this the bad tide? Did I just grab the wrong one? Because this is the bad tide station, isn't it? Yeah, okay. No contamination sensor. Bad tide station. Station. Oh, this one. This one. Got it, this one. This is the bad tide station. The weather station. Got it. Got it. That is super cool. Okay, now we've got a problem. So that needs to be about 90 bots. Oops. They're making them. There we go. Okay, so that's going. Those are dropping. That's what we were talking about last time. That's right. Doylan wanted me to bomb the F out of this area to lower this so we can get... Oh, we don't need to lower it. So we can get wind farm over here. Which I suppose we can do. And then... Yeah, I know it's too far away. Shut up. There we go. And then... Yeah, like that. And then, can I put the things here already? Or is it not going to let me because there's no room? Yeah, it's not going to let me because there's no room. Yeah. Are you... You're not connected. Oh, interesting. So it's not doing that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. And that one's already dead. Because I designed that poorly, which is fine. What's the one over here? Oh, we don't have any power. That's okay. But we're maintaining the green. He's dying. It's watered and healthy. Perfect. So on a drought, this is working. Oh, these are done. Good. So on a drought, this is all working. This is perfect. Because we only care about the contamination being siphoned off out over there. I was kind of wondering if we should take away this row of potatoes and make it the reinforced thing. But we could also put potatoes over here. These last 9 days of drought resistance, whereas potatoes do not last at all. Okay, that's being created. Just logs now, which those are still being grown, so that's good. All right. Let's see here. Do. Come on. Great. Being a butt. Oh, no, don't. Didn't want that. Didn't want that at all. Thank you. Let's see. Let's... That's awesome. Yeah. Mm. Alright, let us... I think... I'm gonna call it here, guys. I got a lot of just chilling here to do. And yeah. A lot of that is just waiting for this to get built. What can you automate this based on? Oof. Once this goes off, the game is over. So like, I'm curious as to what the automation would be for. Interesting. Interesting. And let's do... I'm gonna do one more thing, I think. And that is... I'm going to make... Escape. There. And we're gonna make another... Oh, I don't know what that's under. Oh, the robot. No, the robot factory. Yeah, that should be controlled by the robots now. Anyway. Excuse me. Let's make another explosives factory. Right there. And this guy is gonna make fireworks. Actually, I'm curious. Is this a high risk of injury? Ooh. It's a high risk of injury. Let's not risk our beavers doing that. Let's get that guy in there. That would be cool if there was some sort of automation you could do for the recipes. Right? Like, because this looks like it's a basic on and off. Yeah. But if you could somehow do, like, switch recipes based on something, so, like, you could say, in this example, I only want to have one explosives factory, but let's flip it where if there's less than, or if there's, yeah, less than 100% explosives, then switch, right? That'd be cool. That'd be real cool. Alright, maple X syrup is still not flowing. 28%, 100%. No. Yeah, I made... guess I'm running into a mistake now with this. Because that's one thing that I'm not appreciating about some of this interface is like, I wish there was a way to see, especially with the bots on these guys, is how many bots are needed to make it work, right? That's me. But I'm liking all this automation stuff. It's really cool. Really cool. It'd be interesting, like I said, to start a new world with it from day one. Yeah, we're making new bots up there. Timberbot 22, 23. Interesting. The numbering started over. Nope. That's got created. That's going. Cool. Using the around. Hoping they're using this. Looks like they are. Cool. He just topped that one off. That's so cool. That's another thing, like, and this is a problem in a lot of games. I'm thinking of when Doylan and I were playing Planet Crafter, we were always saying it'd be really nice to, like, have a way to have the drones only be in this area, and that's the same thing over here. Like, I really wish there was a way to take these resources here that are being made right here and supply just this, right? So then this would be its own little thing. The way to do that, in theory, would be to make a new district right here, which I absolutely could do. And then just have this one be the supply for all of this. And I would do it so, like, probably the district center would go here and then try to make it so it would encapsulate this whole upper region here. Hopefully not this part. Maybe build the district thing right here, the district transfer point here. Just because that would be such a cool thing. What would that look like? Can we simulate it here? Districts must be separate by a district crossing. Right, so I need to build the crossing appropriately, which this is not... That's not gonna work. I would need to have... I could do, like, the thing here. Like, we could do a... curve there into a district crossing there. One more over. And then I'd have to delete this. I'd have to move that over, actually. I could do a district crossing here, which means this can be regular. I would then do a regular like that, and then this would go here, and then once this is done, then I would delete this, delete that, and have this go like that around, and then so that would be the in and out would be like that, and then we could have a district center up over here or something, or here, that should then encapsulate this whole area and make this its own shitty, which is pretty cool. Do I want to do that? Nah. Nah. And that one too. Nah. How we doing? How we doing with this stuff? So this is still mingling away there. If we could... by the way, I did look at this whole map, and if we scroll down to 0, which we're doing it really, really quickly, you can see where different artifacts are. So these are bad water sources. That's a mine. Those are the 3 freshwater sources over there. Bad water, bad water, bad water, and this is the center with those good things. There is no other source of good water except for that one and that one on this map, which I don't really like. Wish there was more. Just because I feel like we could do more, like when we're saying like, oh, we want to reroute the water this way and do that, and you just can't. Like, at least that's what I'm seeing. You just can't. This is still not quite uncontaminated. And like maybe what we could do here is maybe plug some of this up, right? Like we could come over here and put down stuff. Words are failing me right now. We could do landscaping. Like we could do this and then do that. I know, it's fine. The only issue with that is then it's gonna, well, I'm not certain what it's gonna do, but it should keep this more flooded. Ah. Might have to do another row here as well. Which could be interesting. Like, which could be very, 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 interesting. Is there an undo button yet? Ugh. That would be nice, an undo button. So that would flood this whole area. Because that wouldn't let any of this water go. That would flood this whole area. I replaced... I don't know. And actually at that level, I think this would actually eventually come over here. That could be fun. And I can do that. Like, this is something that is now perfectly viable by doing this. Not what I wanted. Right. That. Delete. Delete. There we go. But yeah. Oh, these are backwards. These are backwards. Oh, that's what a gate is. It disconnects a path on demand. Oh. So another automation feature where you can be like, I want to cut this off. So when I was saying like you could turn, like before when those beavers for the bad tide, I could have saved them. You could either do it with a gate to cut off that whole area or turn off the businesses. I like that. That's cool. All right, let me go back to actually fixing what I effed up. Because these need to be turned the other way. Yeah. Because they need to be built from this side over. We are gonna raid that mythic Phoenix person who raided us the other day. Because I'm getting tired. Spent a lot of time shoveling, which was not great, and I'm not feeling so good. So, anyway, it's all good, guys. Exclamation point end stream at. We don't know much about them, so just be aware they are marked as 18 plus right now, and they are drawing what looks like their avatar, which is interesting, or something on the screen. So, looks like a drawing stream. I'm gonna turn this up. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. It's back, cleaned up after clean up dinner. Nice. Well, I'm about to go, Joylin. So, yeah. Been having fun with that automation piece. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Here, we got this all greened up for you. Does that look pretty? Is that better now? And actually, this should be higher now. So now this is overflowing this way. And actually, we are losing stuff this way now, but that's because there's those dams on top, which makes perfect amount of sense. So yeah. Is this guy not got anybody? It is. It does. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. And these guys are just going. I suppose. It's not good enough for you? That's too bad. I'm still contemplating if we do a district center up here and like lock all this part off to its own district, but... And I did mark all of this for destruction. There you go. It's a start. I know, right? It's just with no... I showed this when you were gone, but like... If we look at the bottom... These are freshwater sources right there. Those little squares. This is bad tide. Bad. That's just water. Mine. Bad, mine. Mine. Fresh water. So, like, literally, I was curious, like, is there... Because we got that underground river over here. I was like, is there more sources that I'm just not aware of? Because they're underground, right? There's nothing. There's just nothing. But I did add these over here, so they'll build them when they build them. Bump that up. Bump that up. But anyway. Yeah, we got this big reservoir over here. In theory, we could make our way over here and put either the factories on top or just plug it like I did the other ones. Not certain what to do over here yet. It's another option. I know I talked about before raising the water levels. Raising the floor. I wonder how that would work. It's this. I have to start over here. Leave those alone. But, like, we could raise 2 more levels here. And put dams on top instead of sluices, because, well, no, we want sluices because of the contamination. So we can move those up, not to here, but to here, 1 lower. It won't matter. That would be interesting, because then what I was thinking is then you can build that up, and or actually do it the opposite, like follow along, build up the terrain on this side, on the outside, to make it match. Except for here, you'd want these sluices. Well, we could still leave these exactly where they are and just build up on top, and then let it go. But anyway, sounds like they are drawing things with a bunch of friends.
Have the top half done.
Yeah, anyway. Let me just double check. Let's go ahead and, well, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find someone playing Timberborn. Chaos and chill. That's a lovely thing. Well, let's go. Let me check this person out. No, you're doing it wrong. Sorry, someone had Timberborn in their thing, but they were playing Minecraft. But they were playing Timberborn, but that's a lot of random stuff they've got there. My phone is not behaving very well. Alright, I'll rate this person. Alright guys, I'm starting that raid. I haven't, looks like I'm having some internet issues too, so that's great. Can we go? There we go. There we go. Come on. Yep, that's the right person. I'm going to... Alright guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. Appreciate you, Doylan and Alini, for hanging out. And yeah, we're gonna raid this guy. Don't know anything about him. And yep. Take care everybody. I will see you guys probably Thursday. I don't see why not. Bye bye.